And there you go with the Howard Lions and their 4-1 record as they come across the county as part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Booker Corrigan and Brent Harris bring it to you. Brent, this is the Elgard Bowl. This is homecoming for Glenel. 2 4-1 teams. What do you love about this matchup?
Well, it's electric. For one, you can see the stands are packed. Sold out crowd here at Glenelg. Two terrific teams, 4-1 on both sides of the football. Both these teams have come in winning their past 3. This should be an awesome game, and the atmosphere is terrific.
You can tell that the Gladiators are ready to defend their home turf. They will be wearing the black jerseys. Howard in the white on white. This is a rivalry. We talked with the coaches, Brent, and they said there's a little bit about big brother, little brother here, but who's the big brother?
Well, if you look at the recent history, Glenelg has won the last 4 in this matchup. We just saw a great shot of the student section here and this sold-out crowd. You know the kids are going to be energized, and I always think the first possession, the first couple of plays will tell a big story because the energy is going to be very high for both teams.
It'll be great to see how things evolve throughout this evening. It's a beautiful night in Howard County. We'll be back with your Baltimore Sun media players to watch as Howard visits Glenel. Today's game is presented by thebaltimoresun.com, your best news source now. The Baltimore Ravens and Ravens Rise, connecting area student athletes with the Ravens. MedStar Health, easy access to the same high-quality care as the Ravens. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, great sports event management from conception to fruition.
In Maryland, football goes with just about everything. Crab cakes and football may as well be our state motto. That's not all we do. There's front flips and football, spelling bees and football, fight songs and football, making an entrance and football. 1, 2, 3. Hey. That's what Maryland does.
Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life.
Introducing Toyota Reserve, the fast and easy way to secure your new Toyota, even if it's still in production. And with 10 manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., your new Toyota is closer than you think. And now's a great time to cash in on getting top dollar for your trade. So contact your dealer and reserve your new truck, car, or SUV today. Toyota, let's go places.
Ravens fans! The regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens welcome the defending AFC champion Bengals for Sunday Night Football on October 9th, and then host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd, as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
Welcome back to the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. We're on campus at Glenel. It is homecoming, but let's get right to our Baltimore Sun media players to watch. Brent, we got some stars on that Howard Lions visiting squad.
Number 1, Darius Moore, just a freshman. He plays very big and wide receiver. Number 6, Travis Thompson, is a workhorse, strong, deceptive. He's a senior. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. Number 12, Tyler Sabatini, senior quarterback, a lot of leadership. He's very smart, plays within the system.
And Glenel has some stars. Christian Chen, I love the way he plays defense. Who else do you like?
Well, I love Zach LaFountain, number 10, the quarterback. He's a kid that is first year of varsity football, a junior, and he has gotten better each and every game this season. And then Ethan Saka, he's a senior running back, number 13. You're going to keep an eye on him today. Last week he had 31 carries. He will get the rock a ton today, averages 5.5 yards a carry. And Chen, last year, first team all-county as a linebacker, having a great year this year. He's a junior, leads the team in tackles.
We will be back with the opening kickoff on homecoming here at Glenel in the Elgard Bowl on Ravens Rise.
As a pro athlete with type 1 diabetes, I know that life can get busy. Your health is a top priority, and we're here to help. The Baltimore Ravens, GEHA, and Novo Nordisk are committed to the overall wellness of the flock. Through awareness and education, the Purple Ticket to Health program provides resources that empower our community to take action towards a healthier lifestyle. Start your wellness journey by completing a short assessment and get the chance to win great Ravens prizes. Score your Purple Ticket today.
Throughout this season, the Ravens will honor 9 high school football coaches who have made a significant impact on their student athletes. Each Coach of the Week winner will receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will be invited to the Ravens vs. Falcons game on December 24th at M&T Bank Stadium for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year. This past week's winner was Larry Hurd, varsity head football coach at Walter Johnson High School. Congratulations, Coach Hurd.
Attention ladies, a purple evening presented by Safeway returns on Monday, October 17th with current players, legends, cheerleaders, tote bags, locker room tours, and football. Don't miss your chance to party with the best female fans in the NFL. Get your tickets at BaltimoreRavens.com/apurpleevening. This season, the Baltimore Ravens are celebrating the accomplishments of female athletes in coordination with the high school Showdowns. Each week, female student athletes affiliated with each high school will be recognized for their athletic accomplishments, contributions in the community, and success in the classroom. During Friday Night Lights, these athletes will receive custom gear and meet Ravens players.
The Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown and the Community Outreach Program. What a fabulous occasion it is. Check presentations, both programs getting $1,500 donated to them. And Brent, how exciting would it be for a high school player to walk out onto the field for the coin flip with Marlon Humphrey and Geno Stone side by each?
Yeah, the pageantry of this game has been something really special. The teams getting to come out through the tunnel, through the smoke. You've got Marlon Humphrey and Geno Stone, both Ravens. By the way, Friday Night Lights, Ravens on Sunday under the lights in prime time. What a great way to kick off your football weekend with this rivalry game here tonight.
I'm going to venture a guess to say that no high school football player has ever been this nervous about the coin flip. And they have when they're calling in front of a couple Ravens, bunch of cheerleaders out there. You got Edgar, the mascot, out there. This is a spectacular night. And Ravens Rise. Adam Rudell doing a great job with it.
Booker, you almost have as big of a crowd at the 50-yard line as you do in the stands tonight.
Everybody wanted a chance to get out there. The other thing, Brent, is, and we've learned as we've done these games, the Ravens players talk to these teams about 12 minutes before kickoff. That's got to be something that stirs them up a little bit.
Well, you have to imagine, too, right? Marlon Humphrey, Geno Stone, they have been in this position, and you can see some of the Ravens still out there. They played high school football. They know about Friday Night Lights. They know this atmosphere, how important it is to these kids to deliver a message right before you're able to go out onto the field with a special moment for these youngsters.
And you talk about a special moment. Evidently, it's a special ticket. You referenced it earlier. It is a sellout here at Glenel. They've done a fabulous job of welcoming our entire crew, helping them set up, helping the Ravens crew set up, and we are set to go. It's going to be Howard putting the toe on leather, and Glenel will get the first chance to return as the Powarski twins go back to return. Number 1, Will Powarski, and his twin brother, Paul Powarski, number 2.
Something about these Friday night games, Booker. Last week we had 2 set of twins. This week we have another set of twins here on this Ravens Rise Showdown.
This is Pat Conran for Howard. He's had a good year so far. as evidenced by their 4-1 record. Howard in white, Glenel in the dark jerseys, and we are underway. And it's Will Pewarski with the return, and he gets jacked right away, just shy of the 30. And Howard will have a chance to start out. Tyler Sabatini, their quarterback, he's going to get some pressure tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good defense for the Glenelg Gladiators. Giving up just under 13 points a ball game. They've forced 12 turnovers this year. They will get after the quarterback. They will put a lot of pressure on him.
Ian Cook ready to snap.
And LaFountain hands it off quickly, and not much there in the form of a nice defensive line effort. Give some credit, number 57, Blake Stolaric, for Howard.
Blake Stolaric, big kid, 6'3", 245 pounds, clogging up the middle. 23 tackles this season, 6 of those booked for loss. Very tough up front. This is a very good defensive line for Howard.
Gladiator in motion, handoff up the inside, and a healthy gain for first down yardage. And that is Saka.
So Glenelg's offensive coordinator, Hayden Yershudis, he's going to call on number 13 a lot tonight. He had 31 carries last week. He's a kid that leads by example, and if you get the other 10 kids on offense following his lead, this Gladiators offense is going to be humming here tonight.
He does run hard. LaFountain with 2 running backs, 2 receivers split to the right, and he's going to go to the air. Hits the crossing pattern, and Pewarski pays a little bit of a price as he goes for it, and there's the late flag. And the defensive player for Howard, just too exuberant in whatever it was he felt he had to do.
Booker, you can't do that. He lays a huge hit on the wide receiver, Darius Moore, then standing over the player. You just can't do that after the play. And that flag was, there was a no-doubter there. Easy call for the referee and a 15-yard penalty, and a huge pickup for the Gladiators as they now move into Lions territory.
On what was an incomplete pass. So it could have been 2nd and 10. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 from a healthy chunk of yards closer.
That's uncharacteristic of Darius Moore. This is a kid who's son of a coach who really, the coaches talk so highly of him, understanding this game. He's only a freshman, made a freshman mistake there.
LaFountain from the gun, hands it off. Saka. Oh, curves the word, spins the verb. Chunks of yards.
Down to the 27-yard line. It's good for another Glenel first down.
It's about 18 yards on the pickup, and it took about 5 Lions to bring him down. That is just a hard-nosed, very physical run for Ethan Satka. This year, 559 yards on the season, averages 5.5 a carry.
103 carries in the first 5 games. They get a healthy dose of him every time you take on the Gladiators. LaFountain again to Satka. Stacked up just after getting the handoff. Nice play by the defensive line. And again, Blake Stolaric, number 57, doing some work for the Lions.
You got to imagine defensive coordinator Jeff Sidero for the Howard Lions is going to start stacking the box. He's going to want to force LaFountain into throwing the football, and you see it there. You bring up a couple of extra defenders, you bring the linebackers up, and your goal is to stop the run.
Yep. Both of these teams do like the ground and pound. Pewarski in motion. He gets it on the jet sweep. And he only gains a couple. There's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Gladiators.
Just a stretch play for the Gladiators. A little bit of a different look, right? They have been running up the middle, 1 gap, 2 gap. The chance to try to stretch it out, but the Lions defense was all over.
Connor O'Neill, the senior, checks into the game. at receiver for the Gladiators.
You know, for Howard, too, Alex Dua is out. Leads the team with 52 tackles. That is a big loss for this Howard Lions defense.
Talk with Coach Hannon, and he is sore about that, but safety never takes a vacation. LaFountain, shotgun, rolls left, has a pursuing tackler, finds the open receiver, and they got yardage. Cole Renahan, the junior, with the catch for the Gladiators.
10th catch of the season. Great job by the quarterback, Zach LaFountain. He was under tremendous pressure. And Booker, he's got to throw it across his body downfield. That's one of the hardest throws for a quarterback to make, and he was pinpoint with the accuracy.
Get a sense of the excitement going on as the crowd senses 1st and goal. Renahan had some great plays like that in their only loss in the game against Athelton. And Glenelg's going to take a timeout as they want to make sure they have the right personnel on the field. 1st and goal. A nice drive so far. A lot of football yet to be played here at Glenelg.
Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event.
Here we go as Glenelg breaks the huddle. Big Christian Chen, number 17. Wow. He could do it. And they have him lining up at quarterback.
Little wildcat formation.
And the Howard defense is not buying any of that.
He's met by number 32.
Adam Kozakowski just shoots through the hole there, and a huge hit, just standing him up at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play there.
In my preps and the games I watched, number 32, Kozakowski, he's the punter also.
Yeah.
Not many punters come up to fill holes like that in goal line. Gladiators staying with it as they're now 2nd and goal early 1st quarter. Chen eludes the first would-be tackler, but yet to punch it in. He's down at about the 4-yard line.
Chen just followed a couple of his blockers around the right side. Ryan Wheeler was out in front, blocking, just not able to break that last tackle and just kind of sniff it out the end zone here. Glenelg, a huge play here coming up.
And that's big Matt Smith, the sophomore, 34 tackles on the season coming into tonight. And he anticipates seeing a lot of Sotka.
Talk about Ryan Wheeler, number 55. His grandfather played in this game 55 years ago. That's how long back this rivalry goes.
Two great schools, great programs. Shotgun snap. Oh, the jump pass, and it's good for a touchdown. Glenel goes ahead.
Pass by Christian Chen to Jack Hayden.
Great play call. Even better execution for the Gladiators.
Christian Chen takes a couple of steps towards the line of scrimmage, draws the defense in, and a little jump pass to number 11, Jack Hayden. That was a little Tim Tebow action there. If you remember back in the day of the Florida Gators, that was right out of the Gators playbook. What a beautifully scripted play for the score.
Michael Fernandez, the lefty, in for the point after. Snap and hold, good, powers it through. 7-0 Gladiators on the very Tebow-like jump pass
It's becoming back in vogue, Brent. We're seeing that at a lot of different levels now.
It really fooled the defense. They came up to try to stop the run. Again, when you have that goal line and a big play, you're looking to make that stand, and the Gladiators really just had the perfect call on. You got to give Hayden Yurashudis, the offensive coordinator, a ton of credit there. This is a team that really hangs their hat on the running game. They want to run the football first. They want to control the clock. And they threw a curveball right there on the goal line, and it comes up big for the 7-zip lead.
It'll now be Howard's first chance at a possession. And we anticipate Mr. Fernandez putting this one into the end zone, but we'll see.
Well, Michael Fernandez, the left-footed kicker for the Gladiators, has a huge foot. His long this season, 43, and Coach Tim Collin was telling us if it comes down to a field goal, he trusts Fernandez all the way up to 50 yards. This kid typically does boot it through the end zone on kickoffs, which is a real weapon when you can pin the other team back and not give them that opportunity to return a kick.
Colton Prim, number 14, here on the far left side of the coverage team, along with Logan Pushek. And it's not going to make it to the end zone. He gets it toes on the line. He gets out of there. They're going to say his knee touched the ground. And they're going to be stuffed down inside their own 15-yard line.
Book, just like the college game, soon as elbow, knee touches the ground, play is dead. And so sometimes you'll see a runner lose his balance, lose his feet, and you'll be down where you're marked in the spot. So a little different than what we see on Sundays in the NFL.
And everybody's looking forward to Sunday night when the Ravens welcome in the Cincinnati Bengals on the prime time game this week.
Talk about a big rival game here tonight. Crosstown rivals here in Howard County. Big rival game between the Ravens and the Bengals in prime time.
A couple powers of the AFC getting after it, but let's see how Sabatini, the quarterback, there's a quick handoff to Travis Thompson. He goes up the left side and gains a bunch.
Travis Thompson's only 5'4", 158 pounds. He's a senior, but he's very deceptive. It's going to be very difficult for this Glenelg defense just to be able to pick up where Thompson is going on the field. He will follow a block, and then he will bust one. So Glenelg has to be very good at being able to figure out where Travis Thompson is going here tonight.
Travis Thompson, one of those players, might be small in stature, but everybody on the squad seems to look up to him. Quick pass, and just a little bit too much that time. Pass intended for Connor Hawkins, and he did have a big TD catch in their game against Mount Hebron, but that one was all for naught. 3rd and 1.
Just maybe a little high there from Tyler Sabatini, the senior. 6'1", he sees over the line very well, but that pass sailed on him just a little bit to bring up this big 3rd down.
Hawkins, one of the captains for this Howard Lion squad, along with Sabatini, Stellaric, and Moore. 2 receivers left and some company in the backfield. Sabatini inside handoff, and they're going to get the first down, and a punishing tackle by a host of Glenelg Gladiators.
Again, Booker, Travis Thompson, because of his size, especially on inside runs, very difficult to pick him up. And you can see just got behind the blocker, kept those feet moving, able to pick up the first down. That's a very tough run for the senior.
Coach Hannon, head coach at Howard, alluded to he almost is invisible. He's greased. I think at one point in the call he said he's just a tad greased. Elusive. Sabatini takes the snap, hands it off again to Thompson, who gets thrown to the ground, spun down after a gain of about 7.
After about a 7-yard gain. 2nd down.
That was Christian Chen on the tackle. He's going to come out of the game shaken up a little bit, defensive leader on this Gladiators defense. Last season, first team all-county at linebacker as a sophomore. He's only a junior, and what a great career already.
And a lot on the horizon for Mr. Chen. 2nd and 3 for Howard.
Oh, and by the way, a touchdown pass already here tonight.
Tyler Sabatini. Single setback in Thompson. Hands gets stacked up initially, lunges for a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Booker, for a second there, I wasn't sure if Sabatini had the football because Thompson stopped, literally stopped and waited to see where the opening was going to be. He's a very patient runner.
Your other defensive leader, Connor Reeves, 20 tackles.
You'll see a lot of different looks from this Howard Lions offense. Tony Reed, their offensive coordinator, played his college ball at Minnesota under Lou Holtz. A lot of experience. Great coaching staff for Howard.
3rd and 1. Sabatini pitches to Thompson, and he's loving the room on the left side right now. Acceleration, comfort, no flags, 1st down Howard.
About a 23-yard pickup for Travis Thompson. We talked about his stature at 5'4", 158 pounds. Coach Ross Haddon told us, small guy, big personality, maybe the biggest personality on this team. He is a leader, and you can see how this Lions offense likes to follow Travis Thompson.
.253 to go, first quarter, and it's been everything we've anticipated. Two teams that like to grind it out. Sabatini goes deep down the left sideline, and that's going to be a little bit too far, no flag. Some bumping.
There's a little bit of contact there down the far side. Will Pawarski defensively for the Gladiators, but I think the referee really just keeping the old flag in his pocket because it was going both ways, right? Both the wide receiver and the D-back both getting hands involved in that route.
Nick Formica, the intended target. Coach Hannon says a lot of great things about Nick. Sabatini with Thompson behind him. From the gun. Motions Thompson. Goes deep down the middle, and that is going to be complete. What a beautifully drawn up play. Zamir Harold catches, spins, 1st down Howard. Here you go.
Number 1, Darius Moore.
I just love the way Zamir Harold comes back to the football. This is underthrown by a little bit by Sabatini, but his wide receiver does a great job of coming back for the reception. Little soft zone there in the middle of the field. It was wide open, but great job by the receiver.
And it's a gutsy route, especially if that ball's a little bit behind you. You're worried about where the defenders are and how hard they're coming.
1st and 10 Howard from the 7th.
Travis Thompson really with the run game sets up those downfield throws. You've got to be aware if you're the Gladiators defense.
Sabatini looks like he wants to change the play a little bit. And a little inside shovel pass. And nothing doing. Christian Chen back in the game. Toughness. He and Jack Hayden combined to bring that one down. Hayden, the defensive end, played great for the Gladiators.
Yeah, Hawkins did just about everything he could. A couple of stutter steps. He tried to just change directions, but Chen was not fooled at all. 24 tackles on the season, leads this Gladiators defense, and as a junior has just been terrific as a linebacker on this D.
Second and 11.
Clock winks down to the 1 minute mark here. Thompson fakes the run. And they complete it out to the outside. Staying on his feet and gaining yards is Harold.
Number 24.
Really just a great second effort, Booker, by Harold, the wide receiver. He looked like he was going to be tackled short of the first down. That second effort, able to move the chains and set up this 1st and goal.
Second effort all night long. It's the Elgard Bowl.
This is a rivalry, Booker. Usually comes right down to the final possession. These are always close games between these crosstown rivals.
Coach Cullen talked about some of the great memories, and we're going to visit with him at halftime tonight's broadcast. There's another little quick sweep play and powering into the end zone. Touchdown, Howard Lions. Connor Hawkins doing the honors. And that'll go down as a touchdown reception.
Yeah, back-to-back little, just the flick by the quarterback, man in motion. So he's already getting to top speed by the time he gets the football, stretches it out, finds the end zone. Connor Hawkins, he's a guy that will also play quarterback and run the Wildcat, very comfortable coming in motion and taking that pitch.
Pat Conran in for the extra point. Ben Ansley, the holder, handles the high snap. And it is good.
Chan almost gets the block, but the kick is good.
And we are knotted at 7 in the Elgard Bowl. A lot of great history, 2 great programs who want to get after each other all night.
Absolutely. A punch and a counter punch, right? Glenelg goes straight down, gets a touchdown. Howard answers, tied at 7. I love how Ross Haddon, the head coach for Howard, described this game. He said it's east side, west side, backyard brawl. You know they're going to get after it 60 minutes and maybe more, because this one is typically a close contest.
Nothing wrong with some good old high school overtime. We had it last week in the Old Mill South River game. And I love the design. Both teams get the ball on the 10-yard line. Go get them and complete your 2-point conversion. Convert it.
I thought there was a lot of creativity for that Howard offensive drive. They did it in a lot of different ways. Thompson running the football. Sabatini throwing downfield. Extra effort you saw from the wide receivers. All in all, though, they gave them a lot of different looks. Howard gave Glenelg a lot of different looks on the offensive side.
Zamir Harold with 2 catches for Howard in that drive. Sabatini with 2 incomplete passes as the drive went down. But Howard, as you said, Brent, counterpunch. The Pewarski twins back deep for the Gladiators, and it is kicked this time to Paul. Paul finds a little bit of a hole in those Pewarski's twin brothers. That time it's Paul, and gets it outside the 30, close to the 35.
It'll be first down, Glenel.
Adam Kozlowski may have just saved a touchdown. Didn't you feel like maybe he was just one step away from breaking one? But great field position, setting up this Glenelg offense.
And as this game evolves, Brent, and you know so much about this football, the momentum of it, and you have offense, you got defense, you have special teams. We've yet to see a real break in that, but keep your eyes peeled, because I think there's something coming. LaFountain hands off inside. Stutter steps. And a gain of a couple for Saka.
Anthony Hoyt was there, and it was a team effort to bring down Saka a couple of yards back behind the line of scrimmage, and really the guys up front winning that battle, getting into the backfield.
Will Pewarski comes into this game with 12 catches and 124 yards, leads the team in receiving.
And now number 24, Zamir Harold, checks in on defense, playing outside linebacker. Defensive back Tanner Williams, number 20, just a junior. They love the way he covers ground. One of the fastest guys on the team, fastest guys in the county. And that'll do it for the first quarter, and what a first quarter it was. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown, Howard County's turn on a beautiful night here at Glenel, and it's homecoming.
For their dedication in the classroom, in the community, on the field.
trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
Do the four of you want to explain this?
Market's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it, see what happens?
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1
What
week.
is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
So what do you think?
It's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces and back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
It is Glenel possession. Quarterback Zach LaFountain, the junior, from the shotgun. And he hands off quickly inside, and then Howard line. They're standing tall tonight, Brent.
Absolutely, and just getting some great pressure inside. Caleb's snipe was the first one through there and got his hands on Saka and brought him down, but it was a host of Lions who got into the backfield of that Gladiators offense.
I believe it's a pride. Isn't it a pride of Lions?
It's a pride of Lions.
I don't know what a lot of Gladiators are, but I don't want to meet them.
Whatever it was a lot of them.
Yeah.
It was a lot of them, and it made it tough for Saka to get through.
Clogged up, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. LaFountain with 343 yards passing coming into tonight's game. Oh, and there you go. Breaking up through the middle, and he might go. Oh, look at the speed.
Breaks it up the middle, all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Big run for Glenel.
Tanner Williams for Howard saved a touchdown there. What a run for Saka. It comes on a 3rd and 10. They don't go away from the run. You think it's an obvious passing situation. Not for this offense. Hayden Urashutis, the offensive coordinator, called the run, and he comes up big.
Glenel converting on 3rd and 10, keeping the drive alive. And LaFountain's going under shotgun still. And quarterback draw, and he gets drilled after a gain of about 2.
And we'll see that a lot tonight. Number 17, Christian Chet, is going to line up at the Wildcat. So he comes in, takes a direct snap, straight up the middle, pickup of about 3 or 4. But Chet really is a do-it-all kind of player. I mean, he stars on both sides of the football, and just one of those wrinkles that Glenelg will throw at you, bringing Chet in the Wildcat.
Yeah, one of those wrinkles that they like to throw at me. I thought it was LaFountain in there.
Saka with the carry. Yards after contact adding up for Ethan Saka.
It was about 6 or 7 yards after contact, Book. I mean, he got hit early, and he just kept the legs churning. That is a big pickup to set up a 3rd and short inside the 20.
He takes it down inside the 20. It'll be 3rd down and 1. You asked me what his best game is.
3rd and 1, LaFountain in a QB. Saka just to his right. Hand off to Saka, and he gets the 1st down with ease.
Saka goes through the hole.
Driving his legs. You've said it a couple times. Get your pads low, keep your legs moving.
Well, Ethan Saka, who's a senior, state finalist as a wrestler. He certainly understands momentum and leverage, something he uses well on the football field. Last week, he had 31 carries in that win over Oakland Mills. It was a close game, too, a 9-7 win for the Gladiators. Saka was all over the place, a workhorse in that victory.
LaFountain has Ryan Wheeler go in motion. Wheeler, such a great job as a lead blocker, and they follow him.
Saka carries around the left side.
Gain of about 4.
Wheeler and Connor Reed.
Yeah, number 55, Ryan Wheeler. He's an offensive lineman, linebacker, big guy, and they will put him in the backfield as a lead blocker, and he's a guy that can open up some big holes for you.
2nd and 7. Tied at 7 with over 7 minutes to go in the second. And this is Chen.
And Saka out wide to the left.
Chen takes it and runs straight forward. And that Howard defensive line has done some work tonight. That's for sure.
That is the second time the Howard Lions front has seen that play. They were not fooled here. Second time getting a look at it, and they were all over the Wildcat and the Chen run straight up the middle. And one thing that Jeff Scenario, the defensive coordinator for Howard, talks about, punch it, rip it, strip it. Anytime you're running the football, you have to have ball security against this Howard D.
And it's Chen again, and this time he takes the snap, runs straight left, and gets stacked up, and a flag flies. That defensive line of Howard with number 57, Blake Stolaric.
Looked like it was in the backfield. We'll see if this goes against Glenelg on a hold, but typically that's where you'll see that flag.
Yes.
Especially on a stretch play.
The flag is holding on Glenelg.
And Glenelg suffers.
It'll be 4th down.
And smartly, they go ahead and decline the penalty, so they move it over to 4th down.
4th.
And Gladiators
from the 6
look like they'll go for it here. We talked about Glenelg has a great kicker, number 19, Michael Fernandez. Big leg, but they feel like they need more than 3 in this situation.
And a timeout called by Howard as they want to make sure they have the right package in defensively against this very dangerous Glenelg offense. It'll be 4th down when we get back. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown.
Behind every NFL player, coach, and general manager is a family. The Purple Chair podcast takes you inside the Ravens family to show you the other side of the NFL business. From talking to John Harbaugh's wife, Ingrid, about how she prepared her daughter to go to school after a tough loss, to sharing memories of draft night with Patrick Queen's mom, Mary. The Purple Chair podcast tells you the stories of the humans who play the game. Listen to the Purple Chair podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
Ravens fans, the regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens welcome the defending AFC champion Bengals for Sunday Night Football on October 9th, and then host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd, as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
Introducing Toyota Reserve, the fast and easy way to secure your new Toyota, even if it's still in production. And with 10 manufacturing plants right here in the U.S., your new Toyota is closer than you think. And now's a great time to cash in on getting top dollar for your trade. So contact your dealer and reserve your new truck, car, or SUV today. Toyota, let's go places.
The purpose in life isn't to avoid every single risk. It's to find someone to cover your back so you can take the biggest ones.
Fourth down.
Here we go.
Homecoming for Glenel. Sold out. You can't get a ticket. Thrilled to be here, and they drop back to pass. It's LaFountain rolling to his right. Finds a receiver, and it's knocked away. What a defensive play by a tremendous play by the junior Nick Formica.
Nick Formica just jumps right in front of this pass, gets a fingertip on it, just enough to knock it down. Glenel going for it on fourth down, deciding not to take the three. Trying to get the touchdown, but a terrific play by that Lions defense.
You see LaFountain roll to his right, and just a great closing of the ball, trying to get it to Pomorski. But now they do have Howard pinned back in their own territory, which is why it's a little better to have that knockdown, not intercepted. You intercept it, now you get on the 20, as we may or may not have seen on Sunday.
Also a go for it on the fourth down.
And a healthy chunk of yards
Thompson with the carry.
for Travis Thompson.
Brings it out to the 18-yard line.
That's just about his average. He's about 7 yards a carry. Travis Thompson, number 6 for the Howard Lions.
And we get a timeout by Glenel. They want to talk things over. You have a team pinned in like that, Brent. You want to get a big stop on first down, and they just didn't do it. And Coach Cullen wants to talk it over.
So Glenelg's head coach Tim Cullen also calls the defensive plays for the Gladiators. They forced 12 turnovers this year. They've been very good, giving up under 13 points a ball game for this 4-1 team. He told us his defense is very, very physical, right? They hang their hat on how physical they are. He also said they're very smart. They line up well, make very few mistakes, and that's the kind of defense that, as a head coach, Tim Cullen said, that's the kind of defense you can win some ball games with.
And there is Coach Cullen talking it over with his defense, sending a little bit of a message of it's time to buckle down. They got their stop. Let's get ours.
Coach Cullen in his 4th year here at Glenelg, and he really has been a defensive-minded coach through his career, 13 years total at Glenelg. He used to be a defensive assistant, rising up to be the head coach. And in his 4 years, Glenelg has got the best in this series. They have won 4 straight. He has hoisted the Elgar Trophy at the end of this game each and every year as a head coach.
Second and short for Howard. Handoff inside. And that will move the chains.
One thing about these two teams, Booker, they run the ball a lot, and the clock will run as well, right? The clock will run as well because we don't see as many passes downfield, but both of these teams can really run the rock.
And both of these teams have some low scores in their season to date. Howard with a 7-0 win over Reservoir at home, and you mentioned the Oakland Mills 9-7 game. Makes Russell Wilson look not so bad. Right? Great pass, great catch. Sabatini throws a strike to Ty Gore.
Well, Ty Gore just using the fingertips. He never breaks stride, and that was absolutely put on the money by Sabatini. Really smart quarterback, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Offensive coordinator Tony Reed and head coach Ross Haddon saying that the game has really slowed down for their senior quarterback, and that was just a perfect throw to their wide receiver for the first down.
Over 500 yards passing this year, 7 TDs to go with him. And he is now in a quick shovel pass. And again, just motor for Travis Thompson.
Thompson with the carry around the left side. Christian Chen with the tackle.
Chen was there for the stop, comes all the way across the field to make that tackle. But you can see for Thompson, when he gets around the edge and turns the corner, he is tough to take down.
He accelerates through the line.
It's almost as if he picks up speed once he puts that foot into the ground and makes the turn upfield. Great breakaway ability for Travis Thompson.
Two-back set for Sabatini. And a quick handoff to Thompson, and he breaks it to the left side. He loves running to his left. Have you noticed that, Brent?
That was Connor Hawkins, a little change-up, right? So we've seen a lot of Travis Thompson coming through. Then all of a sudden you bring in Connor Hawkins, and he breaks off a long run. Hawkins, one of those guys. We've seen Chen on the other side of the football in the Wildcat. Hawkins will also line up in the Wildcat. He is very good in open space.
He had a big touchdown pass in one of their games. I believe it was in the Oakland Mills game. Mount Hebron, I apologize.
Well, Connor Hawkins is the do-it-all kid for this Howard team. He returns kicks and punts. He'll line up at wide receiver. He'll take a handoff. He'll also line up in the Wildcat.
Two-back set once again for Howard. Uh-oh, there's your first dropsy of the game. And not only that, we got a helmet that came off.
Just a lot of confusion on the handoff because Connors went one way and Thompson the other way, and they collide as Sabatini wanted to give the ball to Travis Thompson. It was just a bad play from the beginning.
And the fact that Christian Chen's bearing down on you might have a little bit of effect on your ability to hold the ball. I know it certainly would mine. Christian Chen, again, all county as a sophomore.
Yeah, 6 foot, 180 pounds, and just a junior. Already a first teamer here in Howard County.
Second and 14. Sabatini gets the snap, looks the pass, looks right down the middle of the field, throws a strike, and it's caught. Wow! And once again, it's number 24, Zamir Harold, with the catch. Impressive.
Harold's having a huge day, but you can see Tony Reed, the offensive coordinator for Howard, looking to the middle of the field. That was a straight read. That was the first read for Sabatini. That's the soft spot in this Glenelg defense, and they have hit some big plays down the middle here tonight.
The crowd wants to get this defense amped up.
First and 10, Howard from the Glenelg 13.
Center number 52, Gus Roca. Great workhorse for Coach Hannon. And the Howard Lions.
Snipe, Smith, all those big fellas up front for Howard.
And Thompson accelerates to the right side this time, and the arms go up. That's going to be a touchdown for the Howard Lions. And the visitors, talk about putting your foot in the ground. Brent, the Howard Lions just put their foot in the ground.
Right side on the sweep. Thompson, the senior's 4th touchdown of the season, and a physical finish into the end zone.
He has a knack of making plays. In for the extra point, it's up, and it's blocked. And that'll do it. The play's whistle dead. So Howard cashes in one regard. It gives Glenel a little bit of momentum there with the blocking of the point after try.
1:27 here in the second quarter. Remember that play, though,
Yes.
Book. Blocked extra point could be big. It could loom large at the end of this game. We've talked about how close this rivalry has been over the years. Typically goes down to the final possession. That is a blocked extra point that could come back to bite Howard.
At halftime, you'll hear some great memories from Coach Cullen as he and I spoke earlier this week. And one of them was how this rivalry goes down to the last possession, including just a couple years ago when they scored on 4th and goal on a quarterback sneak from 6 yards out.
Yeah, both of these coaches understand the importance of this game. Tim Cullen talked about how he grew up in Howard County. He knew about this tradition, about how close these matchups are. Right, Ross Haddon, a guy that's been coaching 29 years, and he has been at Howard for the last 7. So both of these head coaches well aware of the importance of this game.
Pewarski, and this is Will Pewarski, reverses field, gets it back to the 15. Great coverage by Howard there. Their special teams bending but not breaking, and they're flexing their muscle just a little bit, pinning him inside the 20.
And we've talked a little bit today about the Pewarski brothers, Will and Paul, the twins, coming from a big family, 4 brothers, 2 girls in that family. Tough to get around the dinner table.
Yeah. Tough indeed.
And apparently Will Pewarski was born just a few minutes before his twin brother. That's why he wears number 1.
Yep.
And Paul, number 2. He doesn't let him forget it, even on the football field.
And the mom, Chrissy, said, you get the orange cleats for tonight.
And she's doing a great job playing the music here in the stadium. It is a family affair here at Glenel.
Outside pass that hung in the air for a moment.
Pewarski brought it in. 13th catch of the season. He averages over 10 yards a reception, so he has that breakaway speed. Great job defensively by number 11, Nick Formica, on the stop.
And we see on that replay, that ball did hang in the air a little bit, and Nick Formica has wheels and knows how to make plays. We get a timeout as they want to reset things as we have a big play coming up. 1:06 to go in the half.
You know, we just talked about number 11, Nick Formica, on the defensive side. He is really, sort of a do-it-all player for Howard, and head coach Ross Haddon told us, again, 29 years of coaching, and he said Formica is one of the top 3 wide receivers he has ever had. Boy, that says a lot,
yes,
right? A lot of athleticism for that junior, 5'11", 150 pounds. We'll see him all over the field and on defense where he makes a big stop.
Yeah. Athletes all over this field at Howard. Defensive line, some stars in the form of Connor Hunter, Anthony Hoyt, and linebacker Ben Ansley.
Now, look, we saw Howard answer after the initial touchdown by Glenelg. How does the Gladiators now answer Howard's score?
Blake, it's gathered, but it is not going to give them a first down. And an immediate timeout by the Howard staff as they get a sense of an opportunity here if they can get the stop.
Just inside a minute now, why not use your timeouts? Force, if you can make the stop, the Gladiators to punt the football deep in their territory. 1, you might get a bad snap, you might get a block, and if you get the ball back, you'll have pretty good field position with a little bit of time left.
But this is also, to play devil's advocate for a second, Brent, it's only 3rd and 2. And Glenel, they get this first down. Now all of a sudden they got a little spite in their blood because you called a timeout and didn't think you could stop us, and you didn't.
Well, defensive coordinator Jeff Sidero for Howard is thinking 3rd and 2 and we can stop them, right? He's thinking on 3rd and 2 they're going to try to run the football and get a first down. They may come up with a stacked front here for this Howard Lions defense. By the way, Sidero played his college football at Clemson.
And there's a connection.
Yep, as a matter of fact, the offensive coordinator Reed, defensive coordinator Sidero, Clemson, Minnesota, they played a bowl game against each other. They didn't even know it until they got on the field here as high school coaches said, wait a second, I played in that game. I know you. I lined up against you.
You played it at Minnesota for Lou Holtz. That's a long time ago. I'm guessing Danny Ford was the head coach at Clemson back in that day.
Oh, good old Danny Ford. Got to rub the rock and run down the hill.
Showing our age a little bit right there.
Yeah. Well, head coach Ross Hanna told us he thinks he's got the best high school coaching staff in Maryland. Tony Reed played at Minnesota. Greg Prestel, he said he's the best offensive line coach he's ever worked with. Wade Wilson, what is he?
He is the greatest of all time in Howard football.
Matter of fact, he played for the Saints and the Redskins in the NFL. We just talked about Sidero, who played at Clemson. So you look down this list of coaches that they have over there at Howard. It is an impressive group.
It certainly is. Although every head coach that's listening to this broadcast is going to contradict you and say my staff is the best.
Absolutely. And I guarantee you Tim Cullen would say the same thing if we asked him, and he should say that. You got to have some confidence in the guys you go into battle with.
And here it is, the 3rd and 2 we've been waiting for. And they've got Chen in at quarterback. Saka takes the direct snap and, as anticipated, powers the ball.
And so enough to move the chains. Obviously now Howard going to sit on the timeouts, and now Glenelg will look to maybe utilize the clock a little bit because inside 50 seconds, still time for them to get downfield. And don't forget, for Glenelg, they've got a kicker that can kick it between 40 and 50 yards, but the clock continues to run, and head coach Tim Cullen seems to be satisfied
with the first down. You're in your own territory. And the Howard defensive line is really stepping up big. Big Matt Smith, number 72, just a sophomore, takes up some room. Here's LaFountain. Hands off inside. Ground and pound. And the first half will expire. A stop, and that'll do her. First half in the books. Don't go anywhere. We have a great halftime segment for you. Again, Coach Tim Cullen will join us. A beautiful night in Howard County. A beautiful night to be watching Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown.
Plan your trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Do the 4 of you want to explain this?
Market's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it? See what happens.
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is this?
1 week.
Market's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
In Maryland, football goes with just about everything. Crab cakes and football may as well be our state motto. But that's not all we do. There's front flips in football.
And he flips in for the go-ahead touchdown.
bar hopping in football.
Good! Crossbar, and it tumbles through. It is good!
Unveilings, festivals, history lessons, and football. Last dances, miracles, tickets to paradise.
And football! The Baltimore Ravens are Super Bowl champions!
Going to the bank, moving those chains, making an entrance. And football! Purple Fridays, Sunday brunches, spelling bees. Ravens! And football! Poets, nursery rhymes, fight songs. And football! We've raised goats, watched squirrels dance, seen a wizard at work, faced our share of hard knocks, and added some sizzle.
They look at me and say, "Hill, that's the bad guy."
But we don't stop when the hay is in the barn.
Touchdown, Ravens, and the hay's in the barn.
We've gone school shopping, had first dates and movie nights. But summer camp and dress rehearsals are over. Now it's time to do what we do best.
The Ravens have won it. What a scene we have at M&T.
And football. Ravens football. That's what Maryland does! Huh.
Hey, I'm Booker Corrigan, and let's catch up with the coach, Tim Cullen from Glenelg, the head football coach. Big rivalry game. Coach, when you explain this to people who don't really know, how do you characterize this rivalry between Glenel and Howard?
It's almost like if you had a brother and you're kind of always battling with your brother, but you know, at the end of the day, you come across with a lot of respect for each other. We know a lot of each other on the coaching staff at Howard, a lot of good guys over there, and their kids we kind of both play with that same physical nature. So it's just a fun battle each time we play, and hopefully we come up on top.
Fun battle, mutual respect. We love that. Let's get into some Glenel memories. What are some of your favorite memories from the Elgard Bowl?
We've had quite a few. The most recent, I guess, was the winter 2021, the COVID season. We drove down with no timeouts left. We went 80 yards for the win, and we actually we won on a QB sneak from the 6-yard line. So a little unconventional, but kind of caught them dogging and ran it in. So that was my most recent. There's been lots over the years, but yeah, 2021 was mine.
Was it an actual QB sneak or a QB draw?
No, QB sneak. We had a very talented quarterback, and we kind of saw their D-line huffing and puffing. So we needed about 2 yards for the first down, and I knew the clock would stop and we could spike it. So I just rolled the dice, and our QB and line came through.
That's fantastic. Last question, Coach. Your team is obviously going to be super hyped up for this game. How do you keep them a little bit down a notch? How do you keep them focused on their assignments when they're super jacked?
Yeah, I think just trying to beat it over the head, beat it into them verbally, with it, where it's another game. It's also our homecoming, so they're going to be jacked up for that too. But I'm confident that they'll play. We've played in some later in the year playoff type games. There won't be an atmosphere like what we'll see on Friday for sure. So that'll just be the hope that it sinks in that it's just another game.
All part of the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. I'm Booker Corrigan. Coach Cullen, thanks so much. Can't wait for the second half.
If you get kicked out of your neighbor's yard for stealing their leaves, you're gonna need something to fuel you up so you can sneak back in. Fall hard with the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. America runs on Dunkin'.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
"16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people."
If you get kicked out of your neighbor's yard for stealing their leaves, you're gonna need something to fuel you up so you can sneak back in. Fall hard with the Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. America runs on Dunkin'.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
Ravens fans! The regular season is here, but there's still time to secure your seat for some of the biggest battles in Baltimore this year. The Ravens welcome the defending AFC champion Bengals for Sunday Night Football on October 9th, and then host a Super Bowl 47 reunion on October 23rd, as all fans will take home a commemorative championship banner. Buy now at BaltimoreRavens.com/tickets.
Talk about an amazing night. The visiting Howard Lions, 13-7 lead over Glenel at halftime, and you take a look at the band. This has been an amazing homecoming spectacle.
And Christian Chen under center with a jump pass for the touchdown, gave him a 7-zip lead, but Howard came right back and answered with a touchdown to their own Connor Hawkins on that little pitch from the QB. Extra point tied at 7, and then second quarter, Travis Thompson, boy, he's a bruiser, and he pounds his way into the end zone. A 13-7 lead. The extra point was blocked, and that could be big as the second half unfolds.
Saw a great catch there by Zamir Harold, and he has had a couple as the first half went. There's that blocked extra point. You never know when those are going to come back against you. It is halftime, and we got some great specials for you, including some of that Glenel band, the marching band, such a valuable part of the game day experience.
Do the 4 of you want to explain this?
Mark, it's really hot right now.
You cannot put this school up for sale.
Why not just list it? See what happens.
This location, square footage, its own gym, a theater, and a playground.
And it's close to a school.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is this?
1 week.
Mark, it's really hot right now.
1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
What is he doing?
1 week, 1 week.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
So what do you think?
Ride's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah, even the music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
Hey now, Booker Corrigan, and it is halftime. The Ravens rise, high school football showdown. I'm joined by my friend Matt Stover, Ring of Honor member, Hall of Famer all over the way. Let's talk about high school football. Matt, do you think back and do you have a go-to team experience because football is such a great team sport?
Well, you know, absolutely. I go back to my high school days. We were 2-8.
Oh.
We weren't a very good team. And we had 3 guys go to the NFL from that team. So, I mean, you know, it goes to show you we had some talent, but we just didn't use it right, I think. I was a wide receiver, Booker. I was all Dallas Metro wide receiver. I was an athlete before I was a kicker. I want everybody to know that. But the team piece, I would say, goes back to when I saw our team come together in the year 2000 for Super Bowl 35. That was a team that had been beaten to a pulp by old school football. Ted Marchabroda, two-a-days, physically just beating us down. We're going to be better shape, better prepared than anybody. And we were just tired by the end of the season. We had no gas in the tank. And then Brian Billick came in. Shannon Sharp got onto the team. We had a team that had a lot of veterans, Rod Woodson, Tony Saragusa, myself, Trent Dilfer, guys that have been in the league, that we took ownership of that team as a player group. And the coaches did an excellent job of giving us the great environment and platform to succeed. And we had a coaching staff also that was willing to make the hard decisions during the course of the year. For instance, benching Tony Banks and putting Trent Dilfer in there because we just didn't need to turn the ball over anymore. Those type of things. That was, I would say, the best team experience I had ever had.
Great to look at the value of a quality team. This is a question I want the parents to hear you respond to. As a parent, you and Debbie have 3 kids, all with different levels of sports involvement. What advice would you give to parents to help their kids have a great experience and for them to be involved in their development?
Well, first of all, I want to create a little credibility here. Not only was I a pro player, but I had 2 All-American lacrosse players. My son Jacob was an All-American goalie at Loyola University. And then my daughter was an All-American at Messiah College in Division III. I now have my youngest playing for Texas A&M golf program, which is a top 5 golf program in the country, NCAA SEC golf. And I would say that helping them and supporting them is the most critical thing. They could not have done it on their own. There's no way. They needed my help. They needed guidance. There was nothing special I did other than breathe life into them after they mess up. You know, and allowing them to have the freedom to fail, I think is critical. I think parents put too much pressure on the children and when they fail, and they need to embrace that failure and say, look, learn from it. This is life. Let it make you better. Don't let it drag you down. The great ones fall, but they know how to get back up. And that's what you're learning how to do, and it's going to carry you for the rest of your life. So to me, that's what I did predominantly with my children, and I gave them the opportunity to play and facilitated it any way I could.
And helping them have a positive high school experience, what advice would you give to a young player?
Well, number one, work hard so you have no regret when you look back. That's one thing I can say to them. I wish there was one thing I would have done differently in my high school career, and that's lift weights. I thought I was a prima donna. What do you need to lift weights for? Ouch, I don't want to hurt my legs. Man, in the NFL, there was no harder worker in the weight room than me. It wasn't that I was big and bulky. It was I was strong where I needed to be able to be durable. If you notice, I played 20 years in the NFL and never missed a game. And a lot of that had to do with working hard, knowing that I never wanted to regret, if I just would have, I could have done this, I should have done that. Nuh-uh. So that's the first thing. The next thing is be a part of a team. Know that you are not an individual out there, even though you are part of a cohesive group. You need that guy next to you. And so you build the guy next to you, girl up next to you, as much or more than yourself. And when you do that, that empowers that individual. Use your words as positive encouragement. Ray Lewis, best teammate I ever had. Why? Because he never belittled me. He only esteemed me as a player, a vital role on that team. And that tells you a guy that could have easily demeaned anybody, been selfish as he wanted to be. He was the best teammate I ever had because he was in that position, but he built everybody else up around him.
Thank you so much to my friend Matt Stover for joining us here at halftime of the Ravens Rise, one of the all-time great Ravens. The Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
We tailgate together. We watch together. We get pumped together. We weather the storms together. And most importantly, we flock together.
The Bay Bridge Run is back on November 13th. Do I need to say more? In 2021, the event was sold out. You've driven over the beautiful bridge, now you can run over it. The puzzle piece medals are a huge hit, and the sunrise over the bridge is spectacular. You'll get a frosty Michelob Ultra in the Constellation Home Celebration Village. This is your year to make it happen. Go to thebaybridgerun.com to register now. Baltimore loves to run, and year after year, the Baltimore Running Festival is our greatest day of running participation. Over our first 20 years, we have created great memories, incredible accomplishments, and lifelong friendships, all through running. We have the perfect distance for every runner to conquer, from the fantastic 5K, the full, the Pandora 10K, and of course, the Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield Half. Go to thebaltimoremarathon.com and register today. Make it happen for you in 22.
When's my first meeting?
Casual or business casual?
Full skim, soy, oat, almond, pistachio, or cashew.
Oh no.
Spin class after work.
Come on, what's your goal?
What is my goal?
Hey, what's for dinner?
Kidding.
Life's questions can add up, but dinner Freshly makes it effortless. Balanced meals delivered fresh and fully prepared for days when you just can't.
Yes, thank you.
Freshly, your daily dilemma answered. Get started today at freshly.com.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
This is the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Howard at Glenel, 13-7 lead visitors. What a great occasion. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris here. Next week, we will find ourselves in the friendly confines of Franklin High School as Dundalk travels across the Beltway to take on the Franklin Indians. That will be a good one.
Yeah, I can't wait. A little bit shorter commute over there for
Mr. Harris.
I like that book. I like the commute next week.
It will be Glenel kicking to Howard to start the half, which it is what it is, right, Brent? But let's see a way if we can't build some momentum there if you're Glenel, and let's see if we can't put a stamp on something if you're Howard, because you get the first possession. It's also a chance for the defense to step up.
I tell you what, You know, Glenel last week turned it over 4 times. Still, they fought back to get a 9-7 win over Oakland Mills. And as Coach Collin told us, it's been a roller coaster of a season. They're very young, but he said they're a very resilient group. So they go to the locker room. They're down 13-7. After scoring the first touchdown, they were shut out the rest of the first half. How did they respond in the second half? Young team has grown a lot in the first 5 games of the season.
Michael Fernandez set to put it in action. The left footer with a healthy leg, and we are underway. Line drives it, and it's going to be handled. Howard scampering up the left side. And a decent return for the Lions as the second half gets underway.
Yeah, huge return for Howard. Getting it out close to midfield here to start the second half. And good field position for senior quarterback Tyler Sabatini in this Lions offense. It really was a nice balance between run and pass there in the first half.
Christian Chen with the tackle on special teams. He's thrown a touchdown pass. He's gained a first down running the ball. He's got 7 tackles. Special teams to start the second.
And Travis, is that Travis Thompson?
Surprise Booker first play. Second half it goes to the senior running back Thompson. Had a huge first half as well. Had the touchdown run in the second quarter.
He and number 4 Connor Hawkins easily confused. Another handoff and bounced to the outside, and you see how he still makes a guy miss. He should have lost 3. He actually gained 1.
76 Connor Reeves for Glenel with the tackle, and man, is this guy a stat filler. Booker, 20 tackles, 4 sacks, 5 for loss, 2 forced fumbles for the 5'11", 220-pound junior. He has been tremendous on the defensive line.
And the hold backs it up. We'll replay second down, 2nd and 11 for the Lions. And the senior quarterback, Tyler Sabatini, number 12 for Howard.
And the one thing to watch with number 76, Connor Reeves, he blitzes almost every single play. He's a guy that has great speed. He should be a middle linebacker, but they've moved him to defensive line, and his job just get in the backfield, get after the quarterback, take down the running back. He is blitzing every single time.
Wreak havoc in the backfield, not wreck havoc. For those of you who are fans of the Manning cast, I think they did a 15-minute segment on Reek and Wreck.
Big difference.
Yeah. Referees consulting.
Of course, Reek, I think more of the senses, right? When you bring in that tuna fish sandwich pregame book, that's a
big hit.
That seems like Reek.
Yeah, big hit.
Little confusion for Howard, and here comes the quarterback, Sabatini. I thought for a second maybe Thompson was going to take the snap.
It looked like they were trying to do a little Philly. A little fake confusion. Sabatini handoff. That is Thompson, left side. Sizable gain.
Another first down run. If it's fake confusion, is it really confusion, or are we just trying to fake you out?
As a great man used to say, confusion to our enemies. Judge Joe Murphy, the late Judge Joe Murphy. Did nothing but great stuff. And that was the only way he ever toasted.
Musselman replaces Mercy on the front row.
Sabatini from the gun. 2 receiver to his right. Pitch. And that is Hawkins, the prince of acceleration.
Connor Hawkins gets the carry. Outstanding tackle by
Ty Greer, but what a one-two combination that Howard has in Travis Thompson, the senior, and they can come right back with number 4, Connor Hawkins.
Really two different.
First and 10, Howard from the Glenel 24.
Sabatini rolls out and tucks it under, and he looks like he's close to a first down. It'll be 2nd and 1. Tyler Sabatini playing like a vet right there, tucking it.
You know, head coach Ross Hannon told us that Sabatini really plays within the system. He is a very smart quarterback, and that was a great decision to tuck and take and get very close to the first down, but puts Howard in one of those really good situations. 2nd and short. There's so many things you can do offensively in this position.
Really opens up the playbook for him. And they open it up and stuff it right down the middle. I don't think they're listening to our broadcast, Brent. They had a lot of options right there. They opted to go straight up the middle, and now we're going to have to measure to see if they even got the first down. Yep. Yeah. They moved him. Okay. Looked like he was calling in for the spot. Howard has silenced the crowd as Sabatini now no back set, rolls left, throws, and just off the fingers. We talked about Darius Moore in the open, and both of them were over there. We talked about Moore in the open. Haven't seen a lot from him, but opportunities still abound as we are halfway through your 3rd quarter here.
Well, first play of the game, you remember he made a huge tackle on defense and then got a 15-yard unsportsmanlike right after the tackle. And, yeah, he has sort of been slow to develop here today.
Inside handoff to Thompson. He bounces it to his left.
Thompson with the carry around the left side.
And gobbles up some yards, bringing up 3rd and 3.5.
You know, the other nice thing about having both Thompson and Hawkins, they can split the workload a little bit. We've talked about Saka and how much he is brought into the running game. 31 carries last week. He's been a big part of it today as well. 2 running backs for Howard, splitting time, but also a chance to maybe catch a breath, right? To come back in a little recharge. And these guys, it's like tag team, back and forth.
I agree with you 100%. Could be 4-down territory with an extra point that's already been blocked. Will Howard make that a moot point? And again, they find a way to make guys miss, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Howard Lions, and that is Travis Thompson doing things that Travis Thompson does.
Travis Thompson on the cutback was absolutely beautiful. It is the part of his running game maybe he is best at. Watch him plant the left foot, cut it back. Ethan Saka was right there. Looked like he was going to have the tackle, but the cutback able to get into the end zone. What a move for Travis Thompson.
Thompson does like that bounce. Gets his almost standing still and then bounces it.
His lateral is unbelievable.
Yep. Howard is going to go for 2. We whistles. And I think they're just backing the coaching staff up on the far side. They move the ball to the extreme left hash, where Sabatini will take the snap. Two-point conversion here for Howard. Passes it deep into the corner. Oh, what a play, what a catch.
We just said we had not heard from Darius Moore, but what an over-the-shoulder concentration to haul it in. Beautifully thrown football from Sabatini.
And here you'll see how Sabatini just floats it. And Moore. We knew he was up to something. We're going to step away momentarily. 21-7 Howard. Here come the Gladiators.
Plan your trip today. Remember it forever. Maryland. Be open.
Jones Junction is proud to be named Hartford's best car dealership and Baltimore's best car dealership. As Maryland's oldest family-owned dealership with over 105 years in business, Jones Junction has grown and thrived with a focus on the customer before, during, and after the sale. And Jones for a lifetime, with free oil changes, free car washes, and an engine guaranteed for a lifetime, keeps customers coming back. Stop by. We're only 15 minutes from the White Marsh Mall, and drive home your next vehicle with your own Jones tag frame.
So what do you think?
It's nice.
Same as our BGE home van, right?
Same.
Same air conditioners, water heaters, and furnaces in back.
Still helping people save energy and money.
Everything's the same.
Yeah. Even the, music.
What's wrong with the music?
Oh, nothing.
Visit ConstellationHome.com or call 888-243-HOME.
At the Big Screen Store, we'll pay your sales tax on Samsung's biggest and best TVs. Plus, get super comfy in-stock seating, all delivered super fast.
Whoa! Next day delivery, and they'll pay my sales tax? I'm going to the Big Screen Store.
Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. I'm feeling super duper. Looking like I'm the next big thing. I'm about to cause a scene. Everyone wanna be like me. Yeah, welcome to the future.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Plus, get a $500 first responder or military coupon.
Pat Conran tees it up for Howard as they now have a 21-7 lead here at Glenel. Both teams came in with a 4-1 record. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris calling the action, all part of the Ravens' rise. High school football showdown. Adam Rudell and Katie Bollinger doing such a great job with the community outreach. That Ravens Rising, Purple Rising, initiative. And there's your fumble. Second time the ball's gone on the carpet today. That was the closest we've had to a turnover.
Yeah, we haven't had a turnover yet. Both these teams have done a great job this year in forcing turnovers. Howard has 14. Glenel has forced 12 turnovers this season, but heads-up play by Saka. It kind of bounced off his face mask, but really nice job getting on it quickly because you could see Howard was closing in very quickly.
And Howard looked like they learned their lesson. They do not want to kick the ball deep to the Pewarskis. And yes, it's plural. The junior twins who can make things happen. Here's LaFountain. Inside handoff, Saka. Saka powers for 7 yards. Ouch.
A heavy set.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of that tonight from Glenel, just having that extra blocker in the backfield. It's a little bit different than the traditional eye or wing set, but that blocker a little bit closer to a lot of scrimmage.
Talk about that Howard defense. Defensive end, outside linebacker, Dylan Treese, multi-sport athlete, plays club lacrosse for the Rough Rider Club. And he's been a staple over on that left side, just a freshman.
Pass is complete to Ethan Chen.
Christian Chen with the catch. He does everything.
He does. Very creative play for Hayden Urashudis, the offensive coordinator for Glenel. And Chen was actually lined up as the blocker in the backfield. He comes across in motion into the flat. He was wide open. Good decision by LaFountain. He looked downfield first. Nobody was open. He took the easy pass. Chen was wide open. That's a nice gain for the first down.
Is this gut check time for Glenel?
Oh, very much. Down 14, inside 6 minutes here in the third quarter, without a doubt, here on homecoming night for the Gladiators.
LaFountain, man in motion. Inside handoff, Saka. And there's your grounded pound.
Yeah, good defensive stop up front. And look, Howard has some big guys along that defensive line, whether it's Matt Smith, whether it's Blake Stolaric, Connor Hunter at linebacker, and they spread it around. I mean, they've got 5 different players with 20 or more tackles coming into this game here tonight. So very balanced defense, but a very good front for the Lions.
A lot of single digits on that Howard defense.
Well, that's the new thing. Yeah. All the way up to the NFL now that you can have a single digit. You see linebackers and defensive linemen even in single digits.
2nd and 6 for the Gladiators. And another power run right up the middle. They love action between the tackles.
Well, number 55, Wheeler, just opening up the hole. He was in the backfield and getting a little help there by number 57, Smith Musselman. He's a senior offensive lineman. He got way out in front. He was blocking downfield. Big hole for Saka.
First down, 1st and 10, inside Howard territory.
LaFountain in the shotgun. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. Looks left and releases. Pawarski with the catch. Poised on the sideline.
Number 1, Will Pawarski.
Yeah, nice throw in the flat by LaFountain. Thought made a really good decision, and Pawarski was wide open there in the flat. Nice pickup, and sets up that 2nd and short, gives you some options. We know Glenel, the bread and butter is the running game. You know that Saka's going to get the ball a lot, but to mix in a couple of passes really keeps that Howard defense guessing.
And they have Chen now in at quarterback. Talk about keeping people guessing.
It's the Wildcat.
And Chen fakes the handoff. Great spin move. And that's going to be a first down for the Gladiators. We talked about gut check. Here you go.
Yeah, it's pickup of about 9 yards. But again, Christian Chen does it all. And in the Wildcat, he just gives another element to this running game. And almost every time he's been lined up in the Wildcat, where does he run? Straight up the middle. He follows the center and the 2 guards, and he's gotten some pretty good pickups tonight.
A lot of things, it's cliche to say they run between the tackles. They run between the guards.
They do indeed.
You're missing your Mini Cooper car keys.
LaFountain back in as the signal caller. And he hands it off. Number 12, Evan Hannibal. Saka.
And Howard that time had 8 defensive players up around the line of scrimmage, and they extended that out the right side. A little bit of a sweep, but just power against power there. And the Gladiators, nice pickup on first down to set up a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 from the Howard 20.
Clock now down below 3.5 minutes here in the third quarter.
That's a thing, Book. With 3 minutes left in the third quarter, you don't have to panic. You don't have to go to the pass attack. This is what they do well, run the football.
And as you say that, LaFountain drops back to pass and throws an absolute strike. It's got to be jelly, because jam don't shake like that. Will Pawarski, touchdown reception. Glenel, gut check, answered.
That throw from LaFountain was on a rope. LaFountain is a pitcher on the baseball team here at Glenel. He's a state champion, and you saw the arm action there, Booker. An absolute missile to the end zone, and it was on target.
And the crowd is now fully engaged, my friends. Fernandez in for the extra point, snaps good, holds good, and the kick is in the long, far parking lot.
It is good.
He's got a leg.
And homecoming is back. The crowd is back into it. A little bit of home field advantage here with under 3 left here in the third quarter.
Pewarski making things happen on the offensive end. And then Michael Fernandez, the place kicker, pounds it. It's a great look at that replay with Pewarski coming down with that catch, just running a power route.
You know, we talked about...
There's the crowd. Look at him. Homecoming excitement.
Book, we talked about that this Glenelg team just runs the ball so well that you know you're going to go to your power, right? You're going to go to Ethan Saka, but what it does is opens up things down the field. Howard was starting to play 8-9 in the box, and how do you counter that? And LaFountain just made an excellent pitch and catch. That was a strike to the end zone.
Darius Moore and Connor Hawkins back to receive. Fernandez's kick.
Fernandez set to boot it. Darius Moore and Connor Hawkins, the deep backs. And it's going to be from the 2-yard line. And a decent return out past the 25 is going to give Howard a fairly decent opportunity here with 2:51 to go third quarter.
If you're Howard, you just continue to do what you have done well so far, right? Run the football, get in those positions where you can throw down the field. I don't think you change anything if you're head coach Ross Haddon. I think you continue to play the game you've played up to this point, having a 7-point lead with 2:51 left here in the third quarter.
There's the handoff. Looks like Thompson straight up the gut. And you see those big uglies. They love a little camera time for them. Offensive and defensive linemen for both squads.
5-yard gain, second down.
And I would imagine we'll get a healthy dose of Mr. Thompson.
Expect a little more noise from a sellout crowd. Let's go.
Travis Thompson already 2 touchdowns here tonight on the road, has been such a big part of this offense. And the 1-2 punch with Connor Hawkins.
Sabatini, QB for Howard, has served his team well tonight. 2nd and 5. Little pitch to the left. And there you see that, the quickness.
Thompson with the carry left. Push got it bound by Logan Pushek.
Pushek credited with the tackle for Glenel.
Tell you, pick up 4 or 5 every time you run the football. It's going to move the chains. It sets up a 3rd and very short here, just shy of the 40.
3rd and less than a yard for the visiting Howard Lions.
3rd down, Glenel. Let's make some noise.
Crowd fully engaged and back into it. And there they go straight up the middle, and you don't know where that spot's going to go. Sabatini gave it to him, and they've already marked. They put the marker at 4th down.
So Thompson went for a jump cut, but Glenel was there in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Travis Thompson, but that is typically,
no.
And they're going to call it a first down. It was very close.
I just noticed that myself, and yes, it was unbelievably close.
And we talked about how deceptive Thompson is. I just thought that Glenelg's defense, especially the guys up front, really played that well. They were not fooled by the jump cut. They were there for the tackle, and that was that close. Yep. I mean, that was inches.
I'm surprised they didn't bring the chain crew out to measure. Senior Tyler Sabatini claps and wants it.
Oh, and through his hands.
And he wanted it, and it's recovered by Connor Hawkins for Howard.
What a heads-up play by Hawkins. And as a running back, you're moving forward. That ball went through quarterback's hands, and he was able, just the wherewithal to turn around and get back on the ball.
Fortuitous, although that will bring up second and a cab ride. Gladiator defense looking to answer the challenge themselves as there's 15 seconds now in the quarter. Will they even try to get a playoff? Snapped, handed off. Inside run goes nowhere, maybe even a loss of a yard. Hawkins with the carry.
Yeah, I'm not sure they had to run a play there before the quarter would end. And with a 7-point lead and a second down and very long, I'm not sure I wouldn't have let the clock run out.
An interesting call, but they're better at coaching and we're better at calling the game. So they got it off. And that'll be the end of the third, 21-14. It's everything we thought it would be. Ravens rise. High school football showdown.
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
As a pro athlete with type 1 diabetes, I know that life can get busy. Your health is a top priority, and we're here to help. The Baltimore Ravens, GEHA, and Nova Nordisk are committed to the overall wellness of the flock. Through awareness and education, the Purple Ticket to Health program provides resources that empower our community to take action towards a healthier lifestyle. Start your wellness journey by completing a short assessment and get the chance to win great Ravens prizes. Score your Purple Ticket today.
This season, the Baltimore Ravens are celebrating the accomplishments of female athletes in coordination with the high school showdowns. Each week, female student athletes affiliated with each high school will be recognized for their athletic accomplishments, contributions in the community, and success in the classroom. During Friday Night Lights, these athletes will receive custom gear and meet Ravens players.
In Maryland, football goes with just about everything. Crab cakes and football may as well be our state motto. That's not all we do. There's front flips and football, spelling bees and football, fight songs and football, making an entrance and football. 1, 2, 3. That's what Maryland does.
When's my first meeting?
Casual or business casual?
Full skim soy oat almond pistachio or cashew. Oh no.
Spin class after work.
Come on, what's your goal?
That is my goal. Hey, what's for dinner? Oh, kidding me.
Life's questions can add up, but dinner freshly makes it effortless. Balanced meals delivered fresh and fully prepared for days when you just can't.
Yes, thank you.
Freshly, your daily dilemma answered. Get started today at freshly.com.
The purpose in life isn't to avoid every single risk. It's to find someone to cover your back so you can take the biggest ones.
Attention ladies, a purple evening presented by Safeway returns on Monday, October 17th with current players, legends, cheerleaders, tote bags, locker room tours, and football. Don't miss your chance to party with the best female fans in the NFL. Get your tickets at BaltimoreRavens.com/apurpleevening.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Glenel. Homecoming night. Home team trailing 21-14. But a long third down, and they go deep down the left sideline, and they have a receiver in the form of Harold, and he is down the left sideline, a backbreaker. Zamir Harold with the catch, and that was a clutch throw, Brent.
Logan Pushek just slipped. He fell down. Watch the replay. He's right there, step for step, and he falls right about the 45. You see him get back up, but by then, Harold had a lot of room. A very easy pitch and catch for Tyler Sabatini. And Harold, and I was thinking, Book, in a third down and 21, you don't necessarily want to look downfield deep, forced into a play like that. Right. Run the football, punt it away, let your defense do the work. What an unbelievable play and a big chunk of yardage.
And you talked about quarterback Tyler Sabatini, the senior, and that was a clutch throw. They are now first and 10
sometimes,
from the 11.
Booker, the guy that's wide open is the toughest throw to make.
I know. He took a breath, released the ball right on time. And now they go back to that ground game. Ball comes out late. They're going to say he was down by contact. That's the right call.
Booker, it's been interesting. It's been a couple of times now tonight we've seen fumbles, we've seen a couple issues. No turnovers, though. It hasn't cost either one of these teams yet. And Glenel has forced 12 turnovers this season. Boy, this would be a huge moment if they could conjure up a turnover right here as they got their back up against their own goal line. And Howard with a 7-point lead, a big 2nd and 9 coming up for the Lions.
Number 3, Ty Gore, checks into the game for the Howard Lions. As we see Sabatini and Connor Hawkins scampers out. Wow, thrown to the ground.
What a hit by Chen.
It's no shocker that he was all-county as a sophomore last year.
No, I mean, he has brought some huge, leads this Gladiators defense in tackles. He's now got 5 tackles for losses this season, and he's all over the place. We've seen him on offense in the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Right? We saw him throw the Tim Tebow jump pass. I mean, he has been everywhere tonight for Glenel.
And Christian Chen has 2 fumble recoveries this year as well. You can see if something needs to happen for Glenel here with 9:20 to go. Sabatini calls him out. Thompson takes the fake, and Sabatini's going to tuck it and go and power his way.
I think it's a first down. Very close, but
I thought he might have been in the end zone. He's extreme corner.
So that's going to set up a 4th. It was really close. You can see down that sideline, the guys are dropping the stick, so it's a little hard to tell. But great decision, I thought, from Tyler Sabatini, the senior. Again, he's been just each and every game getting better and better at the decision-making. And it showed there. He didn't have anybody open. Tuck it, get it down there. Man, this is the biggest play of the game on a 4th and short.
Here comes Sabatini with the play call. And it's almost a disadvantage. He's so far on this hash mark that going for the field goal would be, it's a tough ask for a high school kicker.
And the field is shortened, being that deep in.
And false start, delay game. Looks like the play clock may have expired, and now they will take the points. It appears they're going to try and take the points.
I mean, a field goal here, Booker, makes it a 2-possession game, so super important if you can get this field goal. But you just brought up the fact it's on the near hash mark. And because the ball, of course, after the penalty, so the ball's brought back, this should be a little bit easier of an angle for Pat Conran, the junior kicker.
It's down, and it's up, and it is good.
There's never a doubt.
Yeah.
And what a smart move by head coach Ross Hannon to take the penalty, move it back 5 yards, give your kicker a better angle to make the field goal.
Conrad made it look very easy. He did fail on a point after try earlier tonight. It got blocked by Glenel. Ten-point lead for the visitors. Both teams came into tonight with 4-1 records.
Tell you what, big game in that Howard has lost the last 4 of these in the Elgard Cup, and there's a lot at stake here on the road. Homecoming for the Gladiators, sold out crowd here at this stadium. It's a tough environment to come in with a 10-point lead, 9:02 left here in the fourth quarter, and boy, this has been a tremendous game. And I wonder too, for Glenel, as they have lived with the running game here tonight all season, do they continue doing that? 9 minutes left. When do they start throwing the ball? It is a 2-possession game at this point.
And let's not forget also that Howard is without the services of their leading tackler, Alex Dua. Ruled out. Peworski has a touchdown. Gets swallowed up. Howard's special teams coach deserves a game ball tonight. They have done an admirable job of covering kicks.
And both of the Peworskis have the ability to take it back to the house. As a matter of fact, Paul has a kick return for a touchdown this season. So good job on special teams for Howard. And now back deep in your own territory with 8:55. And we'll see what Glenel does with their offense, because, boy, they got to get some points in a hurry.
And on their last possession, they did the ground and pound, and then all of a sudden, Will Peworski breaks on the post, and LaFountain hit him with a strike.
It's an offense that controls the clock, runs the football. Clock now more of an issue for Glenel.
Power running. Saka carries it for a bunch of yards. They're going to call it 6. As they go a little bit of, you call it Wildcat. It's just normal offense for them. They sub some guys in. LaFountain's in there a bunch. Chen's taking a snap. Saka's taking a bunch of snaps. This Glenel offense like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
Another direct snap, and that Howard defense rises to the occasion that time.
I'm not sure if Chen was supposed to be trailing or blocking on that play. I thought maybe it was going to be an option to the outside, but then Chen cut inside to block. A little confused by that play call, and I'm not sure Chen was in the right position there.
LaFountain back in as the signal caller as we get to third and 7 for the home team, Glenel Gladiators. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing the call. Had a couple Ravens join us up here in the booth at halftime. Geno Stone and Marlon Humphrey. Wish them well against their game against the Bengals on Sunday night. Oh, and they did it.
I think the left. Yeah, I was going to say the left tackle for Glenel also coming out of the stand. So who was it first? I think they're going to back up Glenel here on
the offense. Never wins that
false
argument.
Start.
Yeah. Yeah, the
it's
defense.
Whether or not the defense is in the neutral zone. That's the key.
Offsides, defense. I thought they did.
Yep.
I thought the action by the defense, the guy almost moved to protect himself.
Absolutely. Once you're in the neutral zone, an offensive lineman that can then move, right, to protect themselves, come out of their stance. That's exactly what happened there. And that's a big penalty because it moves the ball now 3rd and short here with just over 7 minutes left of the fourth quarter.
And you almost thought it was 4-down territory then.
I think it is the rest of the game, Book. I think Glenel's going to have to use all 4 downs from here till the end.
LaFountain rolls to his left, throws across his body, deep down the side.
Oh, wow.
No flags, a lot of contact. Rubbin's racing.
He had a couple of receivers out there down the left side, and not 100% sure which receiver it was directed to because both were in the vicinity. Renahan was there. He's number 3 on the inside.
And we have a Howard player down with 6:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. What an occasion it has been. As we see that Howard huddle, we'll step away momentarily. 24-14, Howard.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
There's your gladiator huddle. Little anxiety right now. Howard player has been helped off the field, and Glenel goes straight to the line. They have a sense of purpose right now. Zach LaFountain on 4th and short, and he got very little. Let's see if he gets the right foot or the left foot spot. And down for the Howard Lions.
I mean, what a stop.
Looked like number 32, Adam Kozakowski.
It was a host of players there for Howard that made a push up front. We've talked about that defensive line tonight for the Howard Lions.
And you see in the
Matt
replay,
Smith and Blake Stelark. I mean, just all the guys getting a little push and making the stop on a huge 4th down play.
you can see Kozakowski coming in unblocked from that far side, and he did not make a mistake with the tackle attempt.
And it was the right call. You go to the bread and butter, and Ethan Stock has been tough to stop tonight. They got it done there.
Toss sweep to Thompson. And he will most likely stay in bounds. The clock stops for the first down as Thompson gains a bunch of yards.
Yeah, so impressed with just the ability to change directions, whether it's the lateral, putting the foot in the ground and turning upfield. But Travis Thompson, I just think, has been terrific tonight, and just the ability to find space.
Find holes, create holes, see holes.
5'4", 158 pounds, as small as he is, he can get lost in the wash, but man, when he comes out the other side, typically a big play.
Sabatini again, handoff inside. Nice tackle.
There's Connor Reeves from the backside, and we talked about his speed. 4'7" 40 for a guy that's 220 pounds is amazing.
And Coach Cullen went out of his way to make sure we knew that was laser timed.
That is laser timed. It is. Very accurate.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, we said Reeves a stat filler. He is also a running back and quarterback stuffer, because he gets into the backfield and he can really get things done. And boy, they need a big play defensively. Inside 6 minutes, 2-possession game, down 10 points. Not just a stop, Booker. I mean, a turnover here is almost essential.
5:43 and running. Big sweep to the right side, and Hawkins gets wrestled down, and here now Howard almost wants to think about not scoring.
Kind of control the clock a little bit. Did you see the stiff arm from Travis Thompson on Smith Musselman in the backfield? But Look at this.
Ooh.
Thank you, no thank you.
Yeah. Connor Hawkins, a healthy change of pace from the Travis Thompson, although they're similar in stature. They both have different gifts that they bring.
If I'm Howard, I continue to pound it. You talk about maybe not scoring. That wouldn't even come into my mind as a coach. I'm going for the end zone, make it a 3-possession game.
Quick pitch to the side, grinding for the line, and we had a flag on it.
Flag far side, and it was right at the point of contact. Matter of fact, the referee didn't even throw the flag. He just dropped it.
Yeah, we didn't want to hit anybody. Orlando Brown, I'll tell you that. And the flag's going to back up Howard.
So Howard backed up here, and again, run the football, Booker. 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter. You want the clock to run, right? No incompletions. You don't want to throw the ball here. Continue to pound the rock. It's 3rd down. We'll see if it's 4-down territory, if they would kick a field goal, but big 3rd down play.
Sabatini gets it with a man in motion, hands it up, and they pounded straight up. Connor Hawkins with the carry for the Lions, and that'll keep the clock running. 4:19.
That big tackle, Ryan Wheeler, brings up a 4th down, and last possession, Howard went for the field goal, gave him the 10-point lead. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th. But if they don't get it booked, they still back up Glenel, and they've got to go the distance. They got to go maybe 90, 95 yards.
Ball is on the 10-yard line. And Howard taking their own sweet time here in the huddle.
And it is 4th and goal. Remember, they were backed up on the penalty. The clock continues to tick. I think they're going to run it down on the play clock and call timeout here.
Yep.
Really use it up. It's smart. Use up as much of the clock as you can.
Timeout called by the Howard Lions as they face a 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. We'll step away just for a second. 10-point game here at Glenel. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life. There's your Glenel defense. Big opportunity for them to make a statement, but it might be too little too late as we're in a 10-point game here. 4th quarter, we're under 3:30.
So you want to try to make a strip. You want to force a turnover book, but also you got to make the tackle, right? You still have to wrap them up and get the ball back.
4th and goal from the 10. Let's make some noise.
The Elgard Bowl. Rivalries and a fake and a bootleg. Ow!
Oh, wow.
Oh, Pawarski with the big stop.
Wow.
Just taking out the legs of Sabatini. I thought he had eyes for the end zone, but what a great play by Pawarski on the outside to make a touchdown saving tackle.
Great ball fake. And then you see him go. He looked like he wanted to go airborne, but then he never went.
I think, he did go airborne after the tackle.
Yeah.
No, I think he wanted to flip in. I think you're right, Book, and he never did. I tell you what, great play. They drew up a good one. Sabatini's first time we've seen the play fake, and he read it well. nearly score.
100% great play call, great play fake. Sabatini just hesitated on going airborne until he got hit, and then it was too late. LaFountain in at quarterback.
Now you got to go to the air book. Just not enough time in the game.
Will Poworski with the catch, and Howard wisely brings him down in bounds. Poworski already with a touchdown reception tonight.
And he's a kid, you want to get the ball in his hands. He is excellent after the catch, very dynamic. He's a kid that can take 5 yards and turn it into 80 in a hurry. So you'll see a lot of looks his way. Number one, Will Poworski.
They like to split him out wide. LaFountain rolls towards his side. He's going to have to tuck it and run. LaFountain takes a little bit of a shot, but he's going to gain first down yardage.
That's a run Howard is willing to give up. They're going to play prevent defense here. They're going to take their D-backs, bring them back, have a little bit of distance. They don't want to see one go to the house.
No.
That would change the complexion of this game in a hurry. So 2:30 left. You want to keep everything in front of you if you're the Howard defense.
Clock running at 2:25. LaFountain from the gun. Motion man comes in to block and helps out Saka with the carry. And he grinds his way for 9 yards.
Again, Howard's willing to give up those 5 and 10-yard runs because what's happening is the clock continues to trickle down. We're now inside 2 minutes. Clock is the biggest issue right now for Glenel.
Can you hear Chris Berman right now saying tick, 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 tick. And that's all Howard wants. LaFountain in the gun. Saka to his right. LaFountain looking to pass. Goes out the... Then it goes up in the air. Bounces off of everybody. And still finds its way to the turf. It was intended for Cole Renahan.
I thought Anthony Hoyt was going to make the diving catch there for Howard. That would have sealed the deal for the Lions, just in and out of his hands. That thing pinballed off, I think, 3 or 4 players.
We get a defensive back, member of the Howard team, down.
I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with this Howard Lions defense here tonight. They've held Glenel to 14. They are in a great position to pull off an upset here on homecoming.
The visitors making a statement so far.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Anthony Hoyt was the injured Howard Lion. Straight 1 minute 30 seconds to go here in the fourth. Handoff up the inside. Saka carries it for more tough yards. And that's going to be a first down for Glenel.
Yeah, and this Howard defense we talked about, without Alex Dua, their best defensive player. 52 tackles on the season, one of the best in the county. And they've done it without their best player on the field. They've really stepped up. It's been a team effort for the Lions.
LaFountain drops back, rolls right. And he's going to get out of bounds. And that chain gang, they are great at chucking and ducking.
You know, head coach for Howard, Ross Hannon, told us that a lot of what Howard does on defense is based on what Dan Quinn has done over the years, both Salisbury alums. Dan Quinn was a coach of the defensive backs with Seattle, the Legion of Boom back in the day. He's at DC with Dallas now, and they've taken a lot of what he does defensively and put it in to this Lions defense.
They won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. LaFountain's pass intended up the middle.
Great effort.
And they're going to throw a flag on that.
Chen was a great effort.
Chen immediately limps off to the side. Flag on the play is going to give.
I thought it was just the effort that had Chen flipping through. I didn't see anything there that should have been a flag. Take another look. I mean, that's a clean hit.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
Now, maybe it was the clapping afterwards.
It 100% is the clapping over.
Well, we saw, again, the first play of the game, Darius Moore for Howard made a huge hit and then was chirping a little bit after the play, and he got an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's, that just can't happen inside a minute in a game like this.
1st and 10 for Glenel. LaFountain, shotgun. Pewarski goes in motion, handoff up the inside. Saka carries it, gain of a short 3 and a timeout for the Gladiators.
Yeah, it's an interesting call as well. Again, 2-possession game. You're going to need a touchdown and an onside kick to get the football back. And in that situation, I just don't understand why you're running the football. Maybe you think you catch him off guard because Howard's playing a little bit of prevent, but they've run it a couple times on this series, and it hasn't gotten them the big yards that they've been looking for, that they need.
And yet another Howard player down on the turf. Not sure if he's cramping or not. Looks to be number 55, Caleb Snipe, the junior. And I believe Glenel called timeout, but with the injured player who appears to be cramping, stretching out his toes a little bit, but they'll get that timeout back.
This Howard team, it has really been a team that has grown throughout the year. They won the first game, drops their second game of the season, and then they've won 3 straight. It's a team, too, that is very young, right? Some of their best players are freshmen and sophomore. And this senior class that Howard has, this is a team that didn't win a single game as freshmen when they played JV football. Very proud, Coach Hannon told us, of the group and the progress that they have made from freshmen to seniors. And this would be a big win. Howard has not beaten Glenel in 5 years. To be able to win this one tells you about the steps that class has taken. Those seniors here with Howard.
And this appears to be what might be their first double-digit victory.
Yeah, they have played some close games, and it's been part of the growing process.
Some high-scoring ones and some low-scoring ones. LaFountain shotgun. Pewarski in motion. And he is going to get swallowed up. A huge sack. Number 32, Kozakowski, who's also the punter.
He has had a great game up front. And guys like Matt Smith, the defensive tackle, and Blake Stolark, the defensive end, get a lot more of the pub. They're the bigger players that come up with the big stats. But, boy, has he played well tonight.
And the clock will run out. The Elgard Bowl. The trophy goes down. And Howard finds a way to come in to Glenel and take down the Gladiators. They go out to 5-1. Glenel will fall to 4-2.
And the Howard Lions, the first time in 5 years, they're going to hoist the Elgard Cup.
Yeah, and they made it a bowl.
And they're going to do it as a visiting team here on homecoming for Glenel. What a win for Howard and head coach Ross Hannon. I mean, just a great job on both sides of the football here tonight. Very impressed with their defense. I thought their defense was the difference.
I thought their defense was amazing. Travis Thompson, their shifty little running back. He and Connor Hawkins him and haul their way through it. And, of course, quarterback Tyler Sabatini, the senior. That's got to feel good for him.
I mean, what can you talk more about Travis Thompson? The game that he played, had a couple of touchdowns. He had a touchdown run in the second quarter that gave Howard the lead, and then the touchdown run in the third quarter as well, as Howard wins it 24-14. Wow, so impressive.
And you see Sabatini distributing the ball well when he was called on to pass, but it was still a healthy dose. For Brent Harris and the Ravens Rise group, I'm Booker Corrigan, reminding you, you only get one shot at today.